From Studio 46, this is CBS 2 News at 6.
And the Giants, riding a 4-game win streak, host the Cowboys in a huge game at MetLife Stadium on Sunday. A day off for the players, but Victor Cruz was back in his hometown of Paterson at the Boys and Girls Club, an alum himself, paying it forward along with corporate and community foundations with a donation of $500,000. As for the game, Cruz knows there's no room for error.
And every game from here on out is a must-win. There's little room for error, and we understand that. So we got to be able to just, focus in on what we have to do, be able to read our keys offensively and defensively, and be able to pull out a victory.
Live from Studio 3C and Rockefeller Center, this is News 4 New York.
And finally, who said you can't go home again? Victor Cruz was back in his hometown of Paterson, New Jersey. The Giants wide receiver joined forces with the Snowflake Youth Foundation, the MetLife Foundation, and Chase to donate more than $500,000 to Paterson's Boys and Girls Club. After talking to the kids about healthy lifestyles and fitness, Victor helped dedicate a swimming pool, which is undergoing a dynamic renovation.
Coming back to Paterson, New Jersey, to the Boys and Girls Club, where I basically spent my entire childhood, is a dream come true to be back here and talking to these kids, letting them know they're getting a brand new pool and getting some more development programs for them to better themselves in school and get a step ahead in some of the areas that they've had some trouble in.
You've got a huge game this weekend. This game really means something now, going for 5 straight. What do you expect from the Giants?
I expect us to play the same brand of football we've been playing, to continue to win these games, continue to play well defensively and come together offensively and put some points on the board, have a convincing win in the division this week. So we're excited for that opportunity.
Victor scored a touchdown today and hopes to score many more on Sunday against Dallas.
Very nice. Did you show him your moves, Victor Cruz?
No, not today.
Oh.
Sharing the wealth, Victor Cruz grew up in Paterson, became a star athlete at Paterson Catholic, signed out of college as a free agent with the New York Giants, and is one of their biggest stars as they turn things around this season. And today, he's back home hosting a team effort to help the Boys and Girls Club of Paterson and Passaic. And Victor Cruz joins us now. It must be a big day for you to be able to go back there and offer this kind of help.
Absolutely. It's amazing to come back to my hometown of Paterson, New Jersey, a place where I grew up in the Boys and Girls Club, and to be able to give back in such a monumental way to these kids and to this city. Gives me a great deal of pleasure to be here.
Monumental is a good word for it, because I understand somewhere in the neighborhood of $500,000 that your foundation and some other partners are involved with here, right?
Yes, between my foundation, between the MetLife Foundation and JP Morgan Chase, as well as the Snowflake Fund, we've definitely come together to give $500,000 to rebuild the Aquatic area, the swimming pool for the Boys and Girls Club, as well as my foundation implying the cruise control campaign to give kids an opportunity to come in and have computers and have areas for them to go to work and go to school and get their education.
Talk to me about the importance of this for you at this stage of your life, and what it meant to you when you were a kid and you were at the Boys Club.
This is very important to me. I mean, because when I was here as a kid and I was at the Boys and Girls Club, all the things that it taught me from a creative standpoint, from a social standpoint, getting to meet new friends, meeting new people, to get myself off the streets and not just be meandering around doing nothing. It gave me a sense of ownership, that I can do what I want to do amongst people that I care about, and it just taught me structure at the end of the day. It taught me structure on how to do things in a sequential manner and to do things in a positive way. You
know, it's interesting. We hear a lot in this day and age about a lot of athletes and other celebrities who don't feel comfortable when they're called role models. But I take it that you kind of feel differently, because you certainly seem to indicate that by going there and doing this, that you're more than willing to be a role model for these kids.
Yeah, I mean, whether we want to or not, athletes have to embrace the fact that they're role models. These kids look up to them and they want to be them. They wear their jersey. They look up to them and they want to follow everything that you do. So whether we want to be role models or not, we have to be able to understand that kids are watching us and that we are role models. And I myself just like to embrace that aspect of it and be able to try and change these kids' perception of what the typical athlete may be, and just provide them with a positive outlook on life, and allow them to see life through my eyes and what I go through, and look at it through a more positive scope.
What do you think was the key that got you from a child in Paterson to where you are now?
I think it was just family, having influential and instrumental people in my life that kept me on track, like my mom, like my coaches, just like people around that were close to me, that understood exactly what I was going through and kept my head on straight, especially during times where I would go astray at times and didn't know what to do. My family and my coaching staff is definitely the people that kept my head on straight and kept me focused on my goal, and ultimately led me to where I am today.
We see an awful lot of people, though, who do make it to, not a lot of people, but some people who make it to, the big time, and then seem to lose it all because they can't keep it together. Their value system or their behavior just doesn't seem to be in sync. What's your secret to success, Victor?
My secret to success is just to follow your dreams, follow your goals, do everything, make short-term goals for yourself, and then make long-term goals for yourself. So as long as you have goals, as long as you aspire to do something and not just doing things just to be doing them for no specific reason, I believe that's the way to succeed, and that's the way you can excel to reach higher and higher goals as you progress in your life. So it's definitely something that's important to me. I still set goals for myself each and every day, short-term and long-term. So I just think that's the key, to maintain your focus, whether times are good or bad, and keep those goals intact no matter what happens.
Well, you went through some bad times early in the season as the Giants stumbled out of the gate, but now you keep winning. How do you go from like 0-6 to 4-6? What's the secret turnaround there?
I think the biggest key is our coach. Coach Coughlin's done a great job of keeping our mindsets into it and not letting us go astray. Even when we were 0-6, he never let us stray away from what we were doing, from what the goal was, and that's making the playoffs. And we just followed that. And then it all trickled down from our captains and into young leaders on the team like myself to continue to instill that in all of our teammates and let them know that this season is far from over and we still have some work to do. And I think it started with Coach Coughlin and trickled down through all of us, and now we're 4-6 and ready to roll.
Well, Victor Cruz, we'll leave it there for now. Congratulations on your day back home in Paterson, and we appreciate your taking the time, sir.
No problem. Thank you very much.
You're watching WLNY TV 1055 News at 9.
Meanwhile, the Giants, riding a 4-game win streak, host the Cowboys in a huge game at MetLife Stadium on Sunday. Day off for the players, but Victor Cruz is busy back in his hometown of Paterson at the Boys and Girls Club, an alum himself, paying it forward along with corporate and community foundations with a donation of $500,000. As for the game, Cruz knows there's no room for error.
And every game from here on out is a must-win. There's little room for error, and we understand that. So we got to be able to just, focus in on what we have to do, be able to read our keys offensively and defensively, and be able to pull out a victory.
Around New Jersey, around the clock. This is News 12 New Jersey.
An NFL player with a giant heart makes a huge gesture for kids in Paterson. Victor Cruz was back on his old stomping grounds at the Boys and Girls Club in Paterson Tuesday. He teamed up with a group of philanthropists to donate $500,000 to support kids and teens. Among the programs launched was his own foundation's Cruise Control after-school program to teach science, technology, engineering, art, and math. He says he can't wait to make new memories with the youngsters.
Some of the moments that these kids are going to share in this new pool, around these facilities, launching the Cruise Control program to get these kids focused on education and having an area where they can really focus and not have any interactions and not have any distractions to what they have to do when it comes to an education standpoint. So I'm excited to just have all this come to a place where I know, where I'm familiar with, and a place where I can come check up on to see if things are going the right way.
Chase, MetLife, Snowflake, and Robert Wood Foundations all chipped in.
BIOS 1 News, nighttime. NFL star Victor Cruz was back in his New Jersey hometown today, donating $500,000 to the Paterson Boys and Girls Club. The New York Giants wide receiver announced a team effort donation to help build a new pool at the club. The renovation of the aquatic facility comes with the launch of Cruise Control, an after-school program designed to teach science, technology, and math skills. Cruz says he is overwhelmed to be able to give back to the Boys and Girls Club that he grew up with.
Being a Boys and Girls Club alum, walking through these halls, being in these playrooms, playing in this very pool that you see right here, it just overwhelms me with joy just to see everything that we're going through, everything that we're providing for these kids, and it's just something that I never dreamed of. And I want to thank all.
Today, nearly 4,000 Boys and Girls Clubs serve 4.1 million young people. They've helped people achieve their dreams for over 100 years.
I would say it's fair to say Victor Cruz and the Giants badly need a victory Sunday against the Cowboys. Cruz, a Boys and Girls Club alum, was at the club down in Paterson, New Jersey today, where his foundation and others donated more than $500,000. Here was Victor on the Sunday rematch with those Dallas Cowboys.
Oh man, it's just the Cowboys. That's it. It's just that rivalry. We understand it's been for years. It's been that rivalry going back and forth, and you know they don't like us, we don't like them. So we're excited to go out there and on our home field and be ready to go and be ready to play against a valuable opponent.
From Fox 5 News, this is Good Day Early Call.
Finally, Victor Cruz returned to his childhood roots of Paterson, New Jersey for a very special cause. Giants wide receiver teamed up with the New York, New Jersey Snowflake Foundation, announcing a donation of more than $500,000 to the Paterson Boys and Girls Club of America. The funds will be used to renovate the aquatic facility. Cruz says he's happy to give back.
It feels good to be back here, to be doing something so monumental for these kids, to build them a new pool and new programs, for them to just excel and to feel better and feel better about themselves, and to feel good to come to this club each and every day as I did when I was young.
All right, I was there yesterday.
I saw that on your Facebook.
I sat with his mom. It was great, and she was so proud. It was nice.
He seems like a really nice guy.
Is.
By the way, so there are some people on your Facebook. Is it a public Facebook? Can people
yeah.
go on to it?
Y hoy la estrella de los Giants, Victor Cruz, se unió a funcionarios y activistas en Paterson para anunciar la donación de $500,000 para crear un programa de After School en el Boy and Girls Club sobre ciencia, tecnología, ingeniería y matemática, además de la renovación de una piscina en Paterson.
Voy a estar con esos niños nadando, haciendo las cosas buenas y chequeando al Boys and Girls Club para ver lo que está pasando.
La comunidad y los jóvenes se sintieron agradecidos de la estrella del fútbol americano que se crió en Paterson y quien dijo sentirse feliz de participar con los niños y poder contribuir para mejorar las condiciones de los pequeños.
Around New Jersey, around the clock. This is News 12 New Jersey.
Today's kids less active than their parents were when they were young. An analysis of millions of children around the world finds they don't run as quickly or as far as their parents did 30 years ago. On average, it takes children 90 seconds longer to run a mile, for example. The American Heart Association says this research is the first to show that children's fitness has declined worldwide over the last 3 decades, so not just in the United States. The NFL, behind a big push to get kids more active, the Play 60 campaign is encouraging kids to exercise for 1 hour a day. Giants offensive end Justin Tuck was at Maxon Middle School in Plainfield yesterday to push that goal. Check that out. How lucky are these kids? Children of all ages had an hour of play with the New York Giant. Pretty cool. The principal at Maxon hopes events like these help students at his school see the importance of getting physical. Tuck also presented the school with a $10,000 grant. And a New York Giant player with a giant heart makes a huge gesture for kids in Paterson.
Native son Victor Cruz is back at the Boys and Girls Club in Paterson yesterday. He spent a lot of time there when he was growing up in the area. He teamed up with a group of philanthropists to donate $500,000 to support kids and teens. Among the programs that were launched, his own foundation, Cruise Control. That's an after-school program to teach science, technology, engineering, art, and math.
Some of the moments that these kids are going to share in this new pool, around these facilities, launching the cruise control program to get these kids focused on education and having an area where they can really focus and not have any interactions and not have any distractions to what they have to do when it comes to an education standpoint. So I'm excited to just have all this come to a place where I know, where I'm familiar with, and a place where I can come check up on to see if things are going the right way.
And he will do that too. Chase, MetLife, Snowflake, and the Robert Wood Foundation all chipped in.